Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Abigail here. Let's address the elephant in the room. I cut my bangs just a few moments ago. I didn't even check in with my vibe or myself to see whether I was feeling it, whether I was feeling creative and ready to cut my hair, ready for bangs. And I even said, I'm holding them down and I even was like, go longer because you can always go shorter, and cheek, boom. New look, new me. Anyway, so today's video is a time-lapse video of me drawing Collarwali. She is a famous mama tiger from India and she has passed, and this image I found on BBC website and I absolutely fell in love with this beautiful image. It's of her covered in shroud with marigolds and flowers and petals around her, and the love bestowed upon this great animal. It would be beautiful if every animal could have such a funeral. It's really lovely. So I fell in love, and that was my inspiration for my drawing. I had already started to draw this tiger, and then I thought perhaps other people would like to see how I do that. It's not a tutorial. Don't get excited. I'm not that good at drawing. As a matter of fact, as part of 2022, there's a few additions I've made in my life, and one is drawing a bit more. Daily, if I can, but if not, just more. And so taking that time to draw more, I have impressed myself. I'm proud to say. I was inspired to start drawing every day by a friend of mine, Stephanie, who had been drawing every day for the month of December, and that was fabulous. She makes wonderful cartoons, and well, I hesitate to say cartoons, but they're just sweet drawings with funny little sayings. She was drawing every day and posting it, and I thought, that's so clever. And I was all about it. I was up in there feeding her ideas. Oh, you should do this and you should do that and draw. So on last week in a phone conversation, I was, Stephanie, you should draw animals in the news. And I hung up from that phone conversation and I thought, I want to draw animals in the news. And so that has been my inspiration now recently. And my drawings are sweet. They bring me joy. I post them to Instagram, so if you're interested in that, the link below, maybe even Steffi's link too, so you can see her work. Yeah, they're just out there to spread love and awareness, and me too. Cheers.
My YouTube journey has been a really great practice so far in drawing me out of my comfort zone and stretching my mind. Just as with speaking, filming myself drawing also gave me a moment of anxiousness. Here, I had already placed a few of my spatial awareness lines down, mapping out my image before I started filming. There are several ways and tools to do this, especially if you're working on a much larger rendition. However, mine is small, nearly the same size if I enlarge it with my phone, so I was able to eyeball it. I was using my current phone for filming this, and although I had the image on my computer, it really helps me to zoom in on detail right near my work surface. So here we have a special appearance by my iPhone 5, and please note that it stays plugged in the whole time. I am using my HB pencil first, and then I go over it now with my Pigma Micron by Sakura. I have used these for years and I really love how permanent they are. Plus, it's archival ink, and I will list them below. So if you're not familiar yet with this beautiful tiger I'm drawing, she was living on the Pench Tiger Reserve in India, and as I understand it, was the first tiger that they had tracked with a collar, hence her name, Collarwali, the one with a collar. And prior to her birth in 2005, tiger sightings were rare at the reserve. However, this beautiful girl was born into the limelight and evidently was a part of a BBC documentary when she was a cub, tracking the lives of 4 tiger cubs over 2 years, titled A Spy in the Jungle. Perhaps it was the collar and being tracked so young However, she did not fear humans, nor was she ever aggressive towards them. And this made her the most viewed tiger on the reserve, along with her cubs. So this famous tigress gave birth to a record 29 cubs in 8 litters. And of those 29, at least 25 survived, contributing greatly to the increase in the tiger community. Apparently, she was massive as well, weighing as much as a male, so the other female tigers would not go near her territory. Even up to the very end, all of these attributes earned her the title Mataram, or respected mother. However, the sweetest aspect I learned about her was if she had a medical issue or trouble, she would come out and lay in the open as if to say, "Come get me," which evidently she had done the day before she passed, on June 19th. She was 16 and died of old age. How amazing animals are. So back to my work. One technique that I wish I had done when drawing this was to turn the whole picture upside down for a different perspective and to check my work. These are all the tips and tricks I will begin to remember with ease as I continue to draw. I used my colored pencils just a bit to indicate her markings and features, which identify her from the others. Not that I would know, but perhaps those close to her might, and this is something to consider, especially when doing pet portraits. I was interested to learn both my Prismacolor and Rexel Cumberland colored pencils I'm using are considered vintage. I wonder if the same applies to me. Although Prismacolor has not changed their design much and is still considered to be one of the best pencils for color blending, I think this was one of my best purchases as a young artist way back in high school. This has been a really fun exercise again to practice drawing and blending colors. Working on highlights and lowlights. And lastly, I used the Zig Clean Color Real Brush made by Kuretake for the flowers around her because I really wanted them to pop. They are the offerings to the life of Mataram. I drew these little marigolds by creating small concentric petal-like lines from the center out. Marigolds are often symbolic of the powerful strength of the sun, therefore representing power, strength, and the light that lives inside of us. The fragrance is thought to improve one's mood and ward off stress. And I threw in a few rose petals, as someone else had. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel and participating in my joy of spreading love and awareness. Please like and follow if this resonates with you. Also, I have another tip for organization at the end of this. If you are visual like me, you're going to love it. In the final image, which you'll see in just a moment, I have just loaded her up with marigolds and a little blessing.
You know what else has brought me joy this new year? Is putting all of my art supplies in these clear plastic containers. I had seen it on a class in Skillshare. The woman that was giving the class had it in a background, and I found these at TJ Maxx, or in the UK it's TK Maxx, and Tuesday Morning. I think they're marketed for makeup. Well, they are. They're marketed for makeup and cosmetics with their tiny drawers, but they're amazing. I love them. And they're not that expensive, and woo, that brings me so much joy.